Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video we're walking to the village, but today we're not going back to the town because we are going to stay in the village after the walk. Okay, so today I have my wife on the trip. Did you say hello? And one of my translator, he can speak fluently the local language here, which is Hmong language. Yeah, so he can communicate to anyone along the way, and we definitely will discover more about the cultures and things like that. Okay, so watch until the end of the video. Thank you very much. Today it is very sunny. You can see everything around, and you know, it's a clear sky day. It's gorgeous. It's once in a blue moon. We don't see these often. By the way, if you're first time here watching my YouTube channel, I would like to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Nga, and I've been guiding tourists for over 10 years in Sapa. I only do the tour in Sapa in the northwest of Vietnam. Even though I can't speak the local languages here, I only can maybe have some small talks and, you know, have a very small talks, and yeah, just enough for me to knock off the price whenever I go to the market or something, and to be nice to the local people. Yeah, and my mother language is Vietnamese, so I can speak fluent Vietnamese. Okay, so English is my second language though. And I'm striving to get to the higher level by every time talking, and of course I'm still learning how to talk in front of the camera, and this, yeah, very difficult for me. Yeah, I find it very challenging as well. Further down there to the valley, that is our destination, and the village we're gonna cross today is Y Linh Ho, Lao Chai and Ta Van. So we're gonna stay overnight in a homestay in Ta Van, and this not a fancy homestay, of course, is only the local, you know, authentic homestay. I really hope that you're gonna enjoy it. My camera is very good today actually, because there's enough light. Sometimes GoPro doesn't work well if it doesn't have enough light, but today is outstanding. Being on this kind of tour is roughly about $35 to $40 yeah, for a tour. This is 2 days 1 night, including 1 breakfast, 1 dinner and 2 lunches. Yeah, and you can easily find a lot of travel agents in Sapa. They do this. Yeah, they have local guys, which is the local people, just like Black Hmong, Red Zao, or the other tribes here, and they speak fluent in English. But one of the problems you have to consider before you are going on this kind of trip is about the road condition. It is extremely difficult and can be very challenging for you. So this is absolutely not for everyone, and if you are thinking about going on this kind of trip, so have a look at this. Yeah, so in front of you you can see a lot of, you know, the tourists that are doing the hiking to the village, and they definitely gonna stay there because I can see that they have very big bags in the back, and with the help from the ladies, I mean the local ladies, I'm sure that eventually they can do it. But yeah, this is absolutely not for everyone. In front of us is the local lady, and she's considering the street vendor. She try to sell things for tourists, but she also can be very helpful for the tourists as well, because in the slippery road she willing to help. Yeah, so I have to pay attention on this walk, because my channel is you know, I do the hike with the honeycomb sandals. So yeah, this is more difficult.
The men standing there,
Kalau Zoka tại vụ.
essentially hit it with your hand to get the seats off. I want you to get the seats off already. When you get the seats off already, they actually use the store. You can take home, and then you can use that to feed the water buffalo in the winter.
As you can see in the back of me, the local tourist guide is trying to explain about the process of the rice in Sapa. It's gorgeous, isn't it? So by walking along the rice field parties, you also learn a lot about the, you know, agricultures in Sapa. Yeah, it's beautiful. And the journey is still long. Most of the tourists that I've met along the way, they are pretty young or in the middle age, and they are very fit, willing to experience the things over here. Over there, that is the roof of Indochina. It is Fancy Pan Mountain, and that mountain is considering the rooftop of Indochina, which is Laos, Cambodia and Vietnam. Is there 3,143 meters above sea level. So the weather up there is always about 10 degrees colder than here. At the moment it's about 23, 25 degrees in the daytime, and I'm still wearing a lot of jackets with me. Yeah, so if you are going to Fancy Pan, you better to wear some, you know, thick jackets. Not too bad, because sometimes you're walking and you can be under the shade. So now I'm under the very big bamboo shade. It is beautiful and very fresh. This is time for you to recover a little bit. Yeah, so one more thing you need to bring along the trip. That is mosquito repellents, because you will find out that there are a lot of flies and mosquitoes and even you know, the bee flying around you when you do this kind of walk, and it's pretty annoying. If you have mosquito repellents, then it's gonna be good. Yeah, so I must say, speaking English is an essential skill. So as long as you speak English here in Sapa town, and if you are local, you definitely never get hungry, because you always have jobs to do and people want you to take tourists along the way. Ahead of us, which is now a stream, and this is a spring water. This is where the most of the local people, they get water to get on the daily basis for washing and showering, and sometimes can be cooking as well. For me, crossing a small stream like that is a piece of cake. Because I've been guiding tourists for more than 10 years, remember? Yeah, so I'm very confident in this narrow street, on these narrow roads. The path now getting smaller and smaller. Okay, as you can see in front of me, it's getting smaller and more difficult for sure. but we love it. This used to be the buffalo trails, where local people, we have buffaloes and we let them walk on this kind of small street. Small trails. Along the walk, you don't only face the difficult road, difficult trails, but you also face a lot of kind of weird animals, and some of them are very poisonous. The first one is sometimes you see the snake along the way. So if I see one today, I definitely gonna show you. And the pythons, sometimes you see them, but not a big size, just very small. Walking on this kind of trails, we also have to stay away from the bush or something like that. There will be some kind of leeches as well, and they can slick your blood. Yeah. I started to scare already. This is my wife, and she's now having 2 bamboo walking sticks. Hello, do you speak English? Do you speak English?
Huh?
Do you speak English?
Yeah,
Okay. What's your name? What's your name?
Có lúc bê chả? Có lúc bêu chả? Cuối cô này cô ấy có vấn đề tay không nghe.
Okay. So she's a little bit she's having problem with the ears, but she probably can understand what I'm saying. Okay, the view is gorgeous. Beautiful. On the top of the hill, on the other side, you see a lot of tourists. I reckon the tourists is more than the locals here. We finally complete the most difficult path. Yeah, that was in the previous one. Just now we have done the most difficult path, which was on the mountainside and all the way to walk down. It was very difficult, yeah, for the other people, not for me. The difficult path is only about 3 kilometers maximum. It is no longer than 3 kilometers, but it's really challenging path. Very slippery, very rocky. Sometimes you have to walk through the bamboo ladders, and they're just like timber. Yeah, very small timber, and if it breaks, you'll be down in the stream. It's really fun and challenging. Sometimes walking with the street vendors, they might give you some some small souvenirs and things like that, which is by grass or something. And at the end of the walk, they definitely gonna show you a lot of handicrafts which is made by themselves. This is a free range duck. Okay, so the free range, which is completely different with the others. The free range duck or chicken is known to be the more expensive and more delicious than the duck or chickens which is farmed inside the house. Yeah, so some of the Vietnamese, they're coming or traveling to Sapa, they spend more money to buy this kind of free range duck and free range chickens. The road is too long. Maybe we have done 1/4 of the street. It is not much for sure. We still have a long way to go. Now our destination is to go down to this valley and then go up on the other side of the mountain.